Hi students, lesson 912, problem solving, draw to join shapes. The essential question is, how can you solve problems using the strategy, draw a picture? So we are in my online classroom that is also my quilt room. So here is a diamond shape, and it shows you that this diamond shape is actually made of two triangles. And our job is to look at the other shapes and figure out how we can find a triangle out of this trapezoid. This one's kind of fun, and I'll give you one hint. No, more than that. There's a vertex. Ooh, it's really not a vertex yet, but watch. I'm going to connect the dots. And now we have three triangles that make up this trapezoid. Isn't that cool? It's like a little puzzle. I have with me a little tiny, where is it? A little tiny quilt piece. It is 4 triangles that are together that make one bigger triangle. All right, here is a hexagon. I'm going to cut it in half, boom, to make two trapezoids. And just like we did here, I'm going to put a vertex right in the middle. So do your best, whoopsie, do your best to copy. So look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles make up this hexagon. So it's kind of fun playing with shapes. I know it's a little bit hard to do at home. If we were at school, we have these little triangles that we could play with. Moms and dads, if you have a piece of paper you want to cut and make into a hexagon and cut it into triangles, that would be so cool. On this page, it's asking you how you can have two triangles to make a square. And here is another one of my quilts. Take a look. One triangle, two triangles put together, and they make a square. These two triangles on our paper make a rectangle. So your job is to trace the lines to show, okay, I have a rectangle. I'm going to draw a line to match this vertex to this vertex. Diagonal line. Ta-da! I now have two triangles. 1, 2. And I have a rectangle at the same time. On the bottom, let me see. Two triangles to make a larger triangle. All right, let's do, this one's hard. I'm going to do a triangle. Hey, that looks like a sail from a sailboat. Let's add a sail on the other side. So now I have two triangles that make up one big triangle. If you want to do it a little bit easier, you can do it like this. Watch. Make a big triangle and then go straight from this vertex all the way to the bottom, middle of the side on the bottom, straight down. Ta-da! 1, 2 triangles out of one big triangle. So have a little fun with this. Do your best job. This is like artwork. Okay, so in this number 3 and the leaf, we're supposed to use squares to make a bigger square. Oh, this is so cool. All right, makes me want to play with fabric. Okay, so take a look. I have 9 squares here that make a bigger square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't count upside down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is called a 9 patch because I have 9 squares and I sewed them together and they make a bigger square. So we're using the squares on our math page to make a bigger square as well. But I'm going to give you a shortcut. Let's make a big square. Let's start with the big square. Here's a big square. And I'm going to break it in half. both ways. Side to side, top down. Ta-da! I made a square. 1, 2, 3, 4 little squares inside of a big square. Okay, and if you have blocks at home, if you have 4 cubes, try to stack 2 on top of each other, next to each other, and then another 2 next to each other. And you could do the same thing. You can make one big square out of your 4 squares. On the bottom, number 4 in the flower, your job is to make a rectangle out of the squares. So watch this. I'm going to make a rectangle, and I'm going to break it apart. I have 3 kind of squares made into a rectangle. Let me do it the square way. Okay, here's a block next to each other. 2 squares next to each other. It's already a rectangle. Okay, so if you look at this outside line, it is the shape of a rectangle. 2 squares together next to each other can make a rectangle. I'm going to add another square just for fun to make it bigger. Okay, you could see I could play with shapes all day. I hope you, oops, that's the next week's lesson. I hope you have a good time with this. Do your best job. Show me your work.